As an Izzet player that doesn't have one, not two, but three Izzet decks, when I seen this timey-wimey Doctor Who Izzet deck with a white companion, I got really excited. And then when I seen the commander itself, I also got really excited because Suspend is a very good but very difficult kind of ability to get around and make really good. So when it comes to this video, we will be going over the timey-wimey Doctor Who commander deck, talking about the commander, the companion, the creatures, artifacts, lands, all of that, what's in the deck, are there good aspects of the deck, what's the bad aspects of the deck, what the deck really kind of does or aims to do, and is the deck worth buying at the end of the video. So if you're interested, this video is for you. But you cannot start one of these videos without talking about the commander of the deck. In this deck, the commander is the 10th Doctor, or the 15th Doctor, if you know what I mean, and a big fan of Doctor Who. But the commander card is the 10th Doctor. For 3 blue and a red, you get a legendary creature, Time Lord Doctor, that is a mythic. Alioi, whenever you attack, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-manned card. Put 3 time counters on it. If it doesn't have Suspend, it gains Suspend. Timey-wimey for 7, time travel 3 times. Activate only as a sorcery, and he's a 3/5. So to be honest, I think the way this works is a card will get Suspend 3 on it whenever the commander does combat damage or attacks, it gets Suspend 3. However, if it already has Suspend the card you're exiling, does the cost of the card or the Suspend become 3? Or is it an additional 3 added on? For example, if it was 6 mana Suspend and that's the card you got, does it become 3? Does it stay as 6? Or do they add together and it becomes 9? Please let me know in the comments down below. But the commander still seems very interesting depending on how you play or how the rules actually work. I do think this is a very creative commander, and with the right cards you can do many crazy things with this commander. But you cannot have a Doctor without a companion, and the companion of this deck is Rose Tyler. For 1 and a white, you get a legendary creature, Human, that is a rare. Rose Tyler gets +1/+1 for each time counter on it. Bad Wolf. Rose Tyler attacks, put a time counter on it for each suspended card you own and each other permanent you control with a time counter on it. Doctor's Companion, and is a 2/2. This companion is really good with this Doctor. It can be really powerful if you have both on the field. She's getting stronger and more powerful. The only downside is she doesn't have Vigilance. So it's one of those things, she's rather going to be a very powerful blocker or a very powerful attacker. I don't really see her being able to be both, but I can see this commander going out of hand, and to be honest, if done correctly, or if it is possible, could be a solid good commander on her own with a pure white Voltron deck, but it'll be harder to get counters on her. But now let's start with what you get in the deck, starting with the creatures. In this deck you get a total of 24 creatures, and to be honest, a lot of them are quite good and work the way you want them to do, but there's also more than one option for your commander, and there is multiple Doctors, the Doctor cards being the 9th Doctor, the 10th Doctor, the 11th Doctor, the War Doctor, but also if you wanted a different Doctor, you can also have a different companion. There's a few companions in this deck, and they are Rose Tyler, Martha Jones, Donna Noble, Amy Pond, but then there's also the whole point of the deck, which is Suspend cards. There are so many cards in this deck that have Suspend, can get Suspend, or work with suspended cards, and those cards are Wolfred Mott, Rory Williams, The Face of Bo, Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, Kate Stewart, Atraxi Warden, Time Beetle, Star Whale, Sublime Soothsayers, Juboon Enforcers. Next we are going on to the sorceries. When it comes to the sorceries, the deck, it was very difficult for me to pick and choose out of the ones I wanted to talk about. In this deck there's 10 sorceries in total, and personally I think majority of them are really good, or if you are a Doctor Who fan, worth even looking at, so I decided to put all of them on screen now. Everything Comes to Dust, The Wedding of River Song, Nanogen Conversion, All of History, All at Once, Ecstatic Beauty, Farewell, Inspiring Refrain, Fractured Identity, Coward, Killer, Wibbly Wobbly, Timey Wimey. And then with sorceries, there's also instances. In this deck, there is 4 instances. And to be honest, because it was such a short list and I love the Doctor Who art, I thought I would show off all 4 of the instances on screen now. Run for Your Life, Clock Spinning, Everybody Lives, Gallifrey Falls, No More, and now we are on to the enchantments. In this deck, there is a total of 10 enchantments, but to be honest, we're only going to be going over 6 of them. Even though that is still a lot of enchantments, they're also really good. So we'll go through the 6 now, and they are 4 Knocks, The Girl in the Fireplace, The 11th Hour, The Parting of the Ways, Regenerations Restored, The Day of the Doctor, and now the artifacts. When it comes to the artifacts of the deck, there is a total of 15 artifacts. But again, majority of them are the ones you get in all of these Commander products, like your Soul Ring and Arcane Signet and all of that. But there are 6 that are kind of interesting, so here are the 6 on screen now. The Pandorica, RMS Titanic, Rotating Fireplace, The Moment, Psychic Paper, TARDIS, and then finally lands. In this deck there is 37 lands. And to be honest, I think they are upping up the lands when it comes to this product. However, they're also upping up the price. So it's kind of a mixed match of stuff. But there is a good few amount of lands, such as Tensor Clock Tower, Desert Beach, Frostboil Snarl, Fury Calm Snarl, Port Town, Piery Stream, Storm Cavern Coast, Sundown Pass, Thespian Stage, Glacial Fortress. But now that's everything, in my opinion, worth talking about when it comes to this deck. Now we gotta talk about, is this deck worth it? Now I'm going to try and be as least biased as I possibly can, because I do love Doctor Who, I do love Izzet decks, and I do think Suspend is a really good mechanic, and I think this deck, without even looking at it, I wanted to buy and still do. But when it comes to the contents inside, I'm going to be like, it is amazing, but in my head it was better. Still a really good deck, I still think it is worth it. From my knowledge, it is the most expensive deck out of all of them because it's the most wanted, mainly due to Suspend, in my opinion, I think. This deck is really, really good and absolutely amazing. And again, if you're a fan of Doctor Who, you're a fan of Izzet, you're a fan of spells, you're a fan of pretty much nearly everything, this deck is for you. This is the best Doctor Who deck out of all of them. I know I still have 2 more videos to make, but I already know because I've done the scripts for the other 2 as well. So I do recommend, if you are going to buy any of them, I do recommend this one the most out of all of them. But as always, let me know what you think of the deck in the comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe and follow me on all my social media, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, if you like this one, we have the previous Doctor Who deck here. We have a playlist with every single Is It Worth It here, and a subscribe button here, and I'll see you all in the next video.